All right, it's 25 minutes to 7. In a world where change seems to be happening faster than ever, having a clear purpose for your finances is more important than ever. We often hear about the big milestones, buying your first home, saving for retirement, but what about all the other ways we can take control of our money? Guy Sloan, lead wealth advisor at Fisher Funds, is here this morning. Welcome, Guy. Lovely to have you back. Why is it important to have a goal? Is just saying, I want a bit more money and enough of a goal?
Yeah, look, I mean, the last couple of years have been pretty tough on our finances. It sounds quite nice just having a little bit of extra money left at the end of the month, but we've probably all been there where we just see that disappearing into those everyday finances and just everyday spending. So taking the time to be really specific and think about what we want to do within the future, set that goal. It's a great step to just get back a little bit more of that control and just make sure that that money doesn't just disappear or evaporate as it seems to so often these days. Taking the time to set goals as well, it's just a great step for our own financial well-being, mental health. It's been proven to reduce stress as well, just gives us a bit more clarity on the future. So it's a really good first step for a lot of us if we are feeling things are just moving a little bit out of sync at the moment.
We mentioned in the introduction about the big ticket items that are the big goals, right? The house, the retirement. What other sort of goals are New Zealanders setting when it comes to their money?
Yeah, and look, I feel like we've all got that. We've all got the very distant horizon. We've got the really big financial milestone, but goals are going to be a lot more personal to us. They're those passion projects. They're the little things that have been sitting in the back of our minds, and we've maybe been holding off on those, and we want to just take a bit of time and bring those to the surface. It might be, the big family holiday that we've been planning this summer. It might be the car that we've been waiting to renovate that's been, filling up the garage, and just taking the time to think about those and putting a plan in place. We'll often find that motivation, it's a lot more than those goals that are far in the future, and we can actually set some really nice financial habits in the process.
What about with those goals, like maybe having a holiday or a new car or that sort of thing? I mean, those are still, for a lot of people, for most people, going to be things that are going to take a long time to save for. How important is it that it is something that is going to be attainable too?
Yeah, and this is it. Look, you've got to spend a bit of time and think about what is actually achievable.
Yeah.
And don't worry, if your goals are small, own that. It's great to get those little wins, get some runs on the board and just start to set some good habits in motion. Some tips if you've not really been managing to get things clicking over just yet, make it visual. Get a photograph of what you're thinking about, get it on the fridge. If it's something you're doing with your kids, kind of make it a bigger family affair as well. So it's great to just kind of get everybody involved and try and build that momentum going forwards as well.
Okay, so once you think about a goal that's attainable, you start to think about formulating a plan. What are the next sort of steps then?
Yeah, absolutely. Shorter term, couple of months, maybe inside a year, you want to be thinking about what sort of product and where you're going to put your money, where your home for that money is going to be. Savings accounts are perfect, flexible, you can dip in and out as you need to. So if that goal comes forward a little bit, you've got the flexibility to do that. If you're a little bit longer term, anything over 2 years, we can start to get a little bit more interesting. Things like managed funds, conservative funds, let us start to look at building a bit of growth, compound interest. Again, longer term goals, we talked about them earlier. You're looking at 10 plus years for growth funds. And if you are a little uncertain, don't worry about getting some help. Financial advisors are out there to kind of help you put the first steps in motion towards setting up these plans.
Okay, how important is it that the goal is something that is tangible? So let's say maybe you're thinking, I want to take my family on a nice holiday. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic. We're just going on a nice, simple holiday. How important is it that you have something tangible like that as opposed to, I want to have this much money in my bank account at the end of the year?
Yeah, look, honestly, the first option is going to work a lot better. Something that you can put your hands on, visualize. It's going to do a lot better than just a set number on a page.
Easier to motivate yourself in that sort of instance.
Yeah,
Guy Sloan, lead wealth advisor from Fisher Funds. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.